Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering August 16th to the 22nd, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning you can come back at any time and receive guidance and insight. All right, friends, so angel love this week. I feel like we need gentleness and to be reminded to recharge, replenish, recoup, rest. Yes. And there are the sirens, like as if on cue. Archangel Michael also wants to remind you to call on him when you're feeling pulled at, when you're feeling out of sorts, when you're feeling challenged or immersed in uncertainty. We have Uranus that just started to go direct on the 15th, and we're plopping into the new moon. I believe it's the new moon in Leo, fire energy, right? So that's like passion or anger. Two sides of the same coin. So yeah, there's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of buildup of energy. And so you may actually find yourself feeling more safe in your home, or a safe space of quietness and stillness this week. So I wanted to bring back the angels and ask them for assistance to give you messages that are going to comfort you, support you, teach you, and inspire you this week. So I have the Archangel Oracle Cards. I'm going to get additional messages from the Cherub Angel Cards for children. I'm using the Crystal Angels deck, Angel Prayers, and finishing with Love and Light. I do want to apologize for last week's technical difficulties. I pray that we have a smooth run this week. I don't know what happened. I noticed after the fact that my mic wasn't working and the video cut out on me. So if you weren't aware that there were two parts to the reading last week, there were two parts, and I'll link them both at the end of this video because they were equally as important. So let me just begin opening up space, inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist. I would also like to include in the Divine Mother, Goddess, Divine Feminine energy, in equality with the masculine energy. And I'm going to ask that any messages that come through today be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. Okay, friends, let's see here. Let's start with what archangel? Oh, all right, well, let's see. So here's the thing. I'm going to acknowledge it because I think it's important. It was kind of like a flip out, but I just don't feel like it's it. So here's Archangel Chammiwell coming in first. Beloved one, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. In a lot of ways, I feel like this is the relationship with yourself. There's this harmony of the masculine and feminine energies that have been happening, and so many of us as earth angels are coming in union with these energies that are within us and individualizing, right? We've been clearing out codependency and activating interdependency and working together. So I feel like an overall message is Chammiwell coming in and saying, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Maybe some of you are being challenged with your partnerships in life, you know, your soul tribe, your significant other, your family dynamic. So you can call on Archangel Chammiwell Chammiwell, he is the angel of peace. But I also believe and see this as union amongst yourself with balancing your masculine and feminine energy. A lot of you do have your masculine energy down packed. You can pay your bills, you can survive, you can make money, you can get stuff done. And so a lot of you are learning about these divine feminine energies and learning how to manifest and create from stillness and patience and aligning with Creator and working with the divine mother nature on this planet. And then there are others of you who are so much immersed in your feminine energy that you're learning how to create structure and order in your life. You're learning about independence and going off on your own, maybe living on your own and getting into the flow of working a consistent job and making money regularly. So, you know, there's two sides that are happening here. So I want to call on that energy because I think this is where we're moving into divine partnerships and working together in support. So I think that's important to acknowledge. All right, angels. Additional angel. Perfect. Let's see. Thank you, Raziel. Take back your power. It says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So listen, when energies get heavy and they get thick and they get dense in the world, when the sleeper world starts to get pulled at and their fire and rage and anger and all their shadow stuff, the judgment, the greed, the gluttony, the sins of the world, and I say that in not like evil or not in a judgmental way. It's part of the human experience and we're here to overcome those things. But when there's mass energy that's awakening and pulling and you have an unconscious or sleeper world that's not aware that their outside reflects their inside, there's a lot of projecting, there's a lot of spewing, there's a lot of energy being dumped on everybody else. And I see it and I recognize it, and I pray, I pray for myself, I pray for others, I pray for the world, I pray for Mother Earth, but I can see how we can easily get sucked into it and get drained by it. There's a lot of distorted energy on the planet right now where people are just spewing. A lot of people need to be heard, listened to. There's a lot of, especially earth angels, a lot of unawakened earth angels that have suppressed their thoughts and their feelings, and they've overshared. And so there's a part of them that needs to be heard. There's a part of them that needs a voice, that this happened to me and this is how I'm feeling. And unfortunately they've surrounded themselves in a life where they're not heard, where they don't have a voice, where their emotions are suppressed. So we're seeing a lot of this energy come up and out. And so the awakened earth angels and the people who are working towards their spiritual growth, we can easily get consumed by that energy. If you're stuck on the highway, people are beeping their horns. Maybe you're at work and there's gossip and people are complaining. Maybe there are people that are overwhelmed in their life and caretakers that are taking care of people. And you're hearing all this stuff coming out. It's easy to get pulled at or feel like you're getting pulled back. And I feel like what Raziel is saying, to remind you that these energies don't have power and control over your energy, that when you have any thought and you add with God at the end of it, it really shifts your vibration. So let's say you're having a fearful thought that comes up. Maybe there's something that you're worried about. When you can think about that experience and say, with God, more will come to you. Oh yeah, that's right. With God, my house will be protected. My children will be protected. With God, I'll have all the money that I need. With God, I blah, blah, blah. And so that is part of taking back your power in your moment, is being present in your physical body, aware of how you're feeling, and remembering that God has an abundance of energy and that you can fill up immediately in that moment. Raziel is the angel of spiritual insight. He's the angel of time management. They say he's like time warping. He works with like Merlin energy and the wizard energy to transform energy. So if you're feeling time management is a challenge this week, or you're getting pulled at yourself, you can ask Archangel Raziel to manage your schedule. I learned about Raziel early on in my beginning of my spiritual journey, and I use him for everything, even in my own work, in my business. I do multiple things at many different times. And I asked as Archangel Raziel early on to manage my time and money, and create balance in with my time. And everything always seems to work out. I get where I need to, just on time. Or he also helps with sleep. Some of you, if you're carrying burdens, and the human experience are just some things we need to move through, right? We can't run away from it. We've got to move through it. And so some of you may not be sleeping at night, and you can call on Archangel Raziel and ask him to stretch time so it feels like you get 10 hours. I myself have been really tired and just depleted, and even just resting and being in stillness, I still feel energetically drained, and I think that's just the sign of the times and the space that we're in. So, I'm hyper vigilant on how I'm feeling in the moment, and making decisions based in the moment, how I'm feeling, with making commitments or promises, or, taking action. So, like I said, at night before you go to bed, you can ask Raziel to fill you up. If you're laying in meditation, you have 10 minutes, ask Archangel Raziel to help you feel like you've gotten a half hour or an hour of meditation. He's the rainbow angel. So if you start seeing rainbow colors, physical rainbows, if you start seeing chakra colors, that's a sign that Raziel is present, and he's saying, I'm here with you. And he wants you to remind you of who you are, remind you of the power that you hold within, because this 3D world, this world of chaos, in the world of illusions, it's so easy to get lost in it. So remember, some of you may need to write that down somewhere. Take back your power. For some of you, taking back your power is using your voice. Some of you, it's being firm in your boundaries. For some of you, it's saying no. For some of you, it's saying yes to opportunities and experience. It might scare the bejesus out of you, but it's part of your journey. It's part of your pull. So I feel like this is an inspirational energy and an empowering energy this week, but it will be different for everybody. So, all right, Raziel, what additional message do you have for the collective this week? Sharing makes everything more fun. And I just feel like this is also part of the angels saying, let us share in your life. Let us be part of it. Call on us for assistance. Hey, listen, the divine operates by the law of free will, and you have to ask. You need to be open and receptive. This is why prayer and meditation and asking questions of God and creating space to listen is so empowering and important. Because the ego can easily pull us away from that. Is the I can, or I know, or I'm doing it, or I'm the only one. That's like the ego part of us, right? That's that part of us that's kind of pulling us out of alignment with the knowing that Creator is all around us, and it's a force that operates through us that's always there for assistance. And through the challenges in our life, we're learning deeper levels of unconditional love. We're learning to receive deeper levels of unconditional love. With earth angels, we can so easily overgive, overshare this gift of unconditional love, this embodiment of this high vibrational love that we possess inside. But remember, we also have to protect that, because not everybody's worthy of it. You know, people, you know, being human can certainly take advantage of that. So, you know, I feel like the angels are saying, let us surround you and protect you. Know that we're guiding you on this spiritual journey that you're in to help you understand this relationship on your soul mission, your spiritual journey. We're aligning you with higher vibrations. And, you know, if this is something that's new to you, if it's something that you are just dipping your toe in, there comes a level of surrender. There comes a level of faith and trust in the divine and within yourself to know how you feel and be able to take inspired action to support yourself on your journey. Again, that's that individualization of the imbalance of the masculine and feminine within you as a unique, empowered individual. And in turn, you align with others that are in that same space. And together we become powerful. Together we become strong. But if you don't know or understand or have any concept of that high vibrational level of love, because a lot of us have been raised in, you know, you need that thought process, the unconscious pattern that you need to do something to get something. I need to give love. I need to do something for other people's love, right? I need to do these acts of service and these acts of kindness. And in turn, I'm expecting you to love me. And unfortunately, that's not always the case, right? And so we're learning how to pull back from needing that love from the external world and pulling back and reintegrating with that high vibrational love that's within, that we're not lacking anything. With God, we have all that we need in this present moment. And when you have that wisdom in the cellular memory of your body, you then align to others that are in alignment with that. And that those people that come in, whether it be a partnership, whether it be friendships, whether it be a support system, whether it be new clients or new opportunities, you're aligning with other unique individuals who are empowered within themselves. And you not necessarily need them, but they're in addition to what you already have. It's the overflow. So this is why there's a lot of single earth angels right now. There's a lot of earth angels who have shifted away from old family paradigms, and earth angels who are in this place of isolation. Maybe you're working through sadness and loneliness and shame and all these interesting facets of emotions. If you can understand that's healing, right? That's that breakup, that shakeup, that uncertainty, that unsettledness is healing, and you're on your way to spiritual growth. It will empower you to open up to receive the innate wisdom from the divine that's already been working with you. All right, so let's see here. Crystal angels. What is an additional message? Raziel, angels, Chammiwell, Michael. They're all coming in this session. Let's see. What's the most important thing the collective needs to hear, see, feel, and know this week? Here we go. Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. Okay, so it says, it is a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries. For me, I feel like this is a celebration of the union of what's inside of us. And in turn, I think this validates the relationships where we start coming together, we start gathering. And unfortunately, in our 3D world, there's still this encouragement to socially distance and isolate and quarantine. So it's like, Gladys, how can this be life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, when we're not allowed to, when so many of government officials are discouraging it? I feel like this is like 5D energy, right? It's now time to connect with soul partnerships and unions, not in abundance in the old way that we used to, but we're learning new ways to gather, right? I know there are people that I know that are doing Zoom gatherings online, or they're downsizing, they're having gatherings in their backyard now and coming together in a more intimate way, right? Less is more. And so I feel like God is also saying here that it's the human interaction, it's the celebration of these experiences that enrich and nourish the human experience. So we have this vibration on the planet that's really penetrating this separate and divide, right? It goes back to that ego that wants to isolate and make you feel alone, right? Of one, like just one person, where the light is calling you to gather in oneness, right? Oneness, expansive. It's many create one, right? One powerful force. So understand that there's celebrations happening in the 5D or in higher vibrations, and eventually they're going to be coming together. Emerald is Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel is the angel of healing, right? So so here's one of the things that I'm getting, that if you are going to these events, so today is Saturday, I record this the day before the reading posts, and I'm officiating a wedding today, and it is an outdoor wedding, and it is all based on family and connection, and it's being social distance. And I just feel like love will find a way. Of course, you know, they've downsized from their original capacity of their wedding. And it seems like these gatherings that are happening right now are more intimate. They're more unique. They're more special. They're more of a bond of the genuineness of the people that are gathering together. Let me see here. So what I wanted to say is, when you go to these things, if you're invited to these things, bring your own healing energy. Fill yourself up with an abundance of light, an abundance of energy, and share that overflow. Share that energy of faith and belief and empowerment with the people that are there, because people are scared, they're confused, they're angry. There's a lot of uncertainty. Their lives have been shaken up. There's a lot of people grieving the loss of things that, you know, they didn't get to experience, or they're grieving the loss of a plan that they thought they had with losing loved ones and losing opportunities, jobs, experiences, and stuff. So I feel like the angels are reminding you of your own unique ability to heal others without jumping in to fix and save and change and make better. Your own clean, cleansed, empowered, vibrant, abundant energy can heal people. So I feel like that's the message. If you're going to these things, remember that you are a beacon of light for Creator, and all you have to do is show up with your abundance of light and share that, not give it as if people are taking it, right? So if you're feeling pulled at, it's up to you to really protect your own energy, but understand that this is how you're being God's stormtrooper. This is how you're activating the light on the planet, by showing up to these things. If you have to go to them in the 3D, but also too, through meditation, you can connect with the Christ conscious grid, and you can gather with other earth angels of the planet, right? If you just imagine yourself going into your Merkaba vehicle, it's like a vehicle of light, or if you imagine yourself surrounded by this vehicle of light, and the energy goes up and plugs into the Christ conscious grid, where all of us earth angels are channeling from, right? I'm sure some of you who listen to these channeled messages on YouTube, a lot of times you're hearing the same messages from multiple different readers. And if you're hearing that, it's definitely a message you need to hear, right? Repetition is power. It gets in the cellular memory. And, you know, that's the danger of, you know, the 3D world programming, but it's also the empowerment of the spiritual community, right? Like prayer and connections and rituals, and staying in that vibration is important to keep you high vibrating. So you can also gather with other earth angels in your own space, right? With yourself, and connect. I cannot say enough about Steve Noble's meditations. I talk about them often. I do not get paid from him. There's nothing I gain from sharing, other than you guys like his channeled messages are so incredibly nourishing. They're so incredibly powerful, and I enjoy them. So it's kind of my way to connect with other high vibrating, unconditional love beings on the planet. So again, this is multifaceted, and remember, you're a beacon of light. So even when you go into these events in the 3D, surround yourself with emerald green light. Fill yourself up with overflow. You can ask or send Archangel Raziel ahead to clear out energy, to keep people balanced and in peace. And that's your way to share, right, the angels with others in a loving way. It's kind of like an act of love, and those who are open to it on a higher level will receive that loving energy. All right, so let's see. What prayer do the angels have for you this week? Wow, that was quick. So there's two here. Oh yes. Wow, this is such a where do you see this? It's such a masculine and feminine energy. So, oh, of course. Let's start with this one. Unconditional love, the Divine Mother. I'm telling you, this is what we embody. This is what we possess. And all we have to do, remember who you all are. And this is going to be a time for you to share that unconditional love with people who are craving it, who are needing it, who are really struggling on the spiritual journey. And remember, you don't have to go seek out and find them. You're aligning, you're becoming a magnet to these people, right? And so the Divine Mother, oh, I love so much that she showed up. It says, thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. Oh, friends, I love it. Again, here we have beloved one, soulmate relationships, take back your power, celebrating, working with others. I just feel like divine partnerships and groups are coming together. Earth angels are aligning, whether distantly. I think it's so amazing that, you know, I'm connecting with people all over the country. I'm working with clients right now from many different states, and it's the coolest thing that it's like we're all sisters of the light. Right now, I'm mostly working with females right now, and it's like we're all sisters of the light, and we're finding each other, and it's just making the world feel so much more smaller, right? And we're feeling so much more connected uniquely in our own individual self. And so the Divine Mother is nourishing your souls. She wants you to remember that this is the unique energy that you embody, and you'll need to replenish, right? You'll need to fill up with the angels when you're feeling, again, short fused, aggravated, when you're feeling depleted or frustrated or easily triggered. That's when you know you need a break. You need to either have protein. I do some clearing and cleansing meditations to recharge my energy, to clear any attachments, you know, that may have that I may have picked up along the way. So it's when you're aware of your physical body, it's like in those moments you can ask yourself, what do I need right now? Some of you need to eat protein. Some of you need to really supercharge your body. I mean, it's so easy for earth angels to fill up on light and energy that we forget to eat sometimes until we're dazed and we're depleted. So I don't want to say forget to eat nourishing foods, forgetting to eat protein and fiber and those things that are going to nourish and enrich our bodies, right? Plants, vegetables, fruits, things from the ground, things from trees, things from the earth. This is what also too the Divine Mother is reminding you this week, to nourish and replenish and take care of yourself. Some of you need a big old hug, and this is her coming in saying, look at her eyes, how beautiful they are. Tell me that is not the embodiment of love. If you're feeling that her beautiful energy right now hit your heart, like I'm feeling you, that's her way to give you love, saying, I love you so much, and I'm filling you up. A lot of you, this is what you look like. I see you when I work with you. This is the beauty of the light that you possess, that you carry, and it's such an honor to be part of it. This is what you look like to the world, the embodiment of love. So I think it's such a treasure that she came in. Also too, let's see, I want to bring in transformation, Archangel Zadkiel. Talk about masculine and feminine, right? Look at these vibrations. I'm telling you, we have union within ourselves. You know, so many of you are really taking back your power and going forward in divine alignment, protecting your inner feminine, but also having play and joy and, you can tap into your feminine more easily when, you know, your bills are paid, when you have a plan, when there's actions being done. So you got to remember that you have this beautiful inner masculine that has set you up for success. And in turn, because of that, it lets you go deeper into feeling safe and joyful. So Raziel's message here says, I'm sorry, not Raziel, Zadkiel. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. I love it. It almost feels like a birthday cake right here. It's like he's gifting you this magic, this treasure of transformation. Change is upon us. That is actually what Uranus, the planet Uranus, as it goes into retrograde, is bringing. It's bringing change. In transformation. It's a huge overhaul. And remember, the planet is in 2020. So 2 + 0 + 2 + 0 equals 4. So 4 in a 9-year cycle is restructuring foundations, getting back to work. And on our planet right now, there's massive shakeups in power, right? And so as above, so below, as within, so without, right? So, you know that you're going through your own shakeup, your own foundation. There's this toxic, distorted masculine, this critic, this bully that's been inside of you that you're phasing out. You're telling that vibration to go take a hike. You are no longer worthy and deserving to be in my life. And so now your healthy masculine is stepping forward saying, I love you. What can I do for you? Let me provide, protect you. And then this distorted feminine of I'm weak and I can't do it on my own and I need somebody, or I need all these things from the external to feel worthy. You're kicking that vibration out, saying, get out. I'm a unique, empowered, strong, healthy feminine, and I can use my gifts of receptivity and intuition and manifesting and tap into this innate divine wisdom that empowers you. So you are transforming. So maybe this week you can take pause. You can take pause to remember how far you've come, how much you've overcome in such a short amount of time. I'm just in awe of how much you've transformed and how much you've been willing to take the bull by the horns and take charge of your life and say no more and really kind of stand in your power. It is so incredibly liberating. So, oh man, I feel the energy is so passionate. All right, so final message, God. What overall message do you have for the collective this week? What is the most important message they need to hear, see, feel, and know from you? Make the best of every situation. With God, everything is possible. I started off the reading when those worries and fears come up, when those challenges come up. I mean, look at this beautiful bird, right? For me, so here's what I'm getting, and excuse me. I feel like this is the transformation of the phoenix rising. So for me right now, the image I'm getting is you usually see the phoenix rising from the ashes in like fire. It's like orange colors, red colors, yellow colors, right? And we usually see the phoenix coming out of the ashes. And I feel like this is showing me like the transformed phoenix. Now, I don't know what kind of bird that is, so some of you may correct me, but what I'm seeing symbolically is that this is the bird that has come out of the ashes and is learning how to drink the water and nourish and replenish. Look at how beautiful and radiant. So many of you have made the best of every situation because you know with God everything is possible. And some of you are still needing to remember this. You're still transforming and coming out of that, right? And so those of you with earth angels, remember that when you go to these experiences, you don't want to fuel more negativity and fear, that you can go and be a beacon of light, bringing Archangel Raziel with you. And you can embody this beautiful light, this divine mother energy that flows through you to help people remember, right, that with God, everything is possible. And so again, if fears come up this week, if you're challenged or you're like, where is that coming from? And I'm feeling out of control. If it's not your reality, if it's something that's not true in the moment, say, okay, with God. So think of the fear or whatever's coming up and then remember, but with God, I'm protected. With God, I'm safe. With God, He's got my back. With God, and whatever comes up to you, whatever comes into you, but that comes from recognizing the experience and how you're feeling and creating pause and stillness to invite that energy in. That's how you take back your power. Wow. Beautiful messages. Wow. All right, well, let me close space. Stick around. I have a few announcements, but I want to close space first. Thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started today continue for as long as it needs to be done. In mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. So stay tuned. I'm going to link last week's part 1 and part 2. If you didn't get to see part 2, I'm going to link them at the end of this video. I am still offering my past life oracle card reading via remote video chat. And that reading is for those of you who have been on this healing journey and you want to go deeper in some patterns or some repetitions that are happening in your life that you can't quite understand. Sometimes when we're in the experience, we can't necessarily see it. So those of you who have been on this healing journey and you're exploring the inner child, you're exploring these parts and these aspects to you, but you've got these repetitive experiences that keep showing up in your life, I designed this past life oracle card reading just to kind of shine a light on you maybe pulling some energy in that needs to be healed in this lifetime from a past life. So again, obviously there's no meditation or hypnosis like my traditional past life regressions. Unfortunately, I still can't offer those. My office is closed at least until September, mid-September as things are looking, which really is heartbreaking. But you know, my role is to keep people safe, and you know, liability is still high right now. So I'm offering a different option. I'm also hoping to offer an angel training in September via Zoom. So my subscribers will get it for free. That will be something, you'll get the link and that will be included for you who are part of my EarthAngel program. If you want to know more about that, the link is in the description box below. But then I'll offer it probably to another 20 people who want to be part of learning more about the angels. So it'll be either a 3-part or 4-part series on angels. And even if you can't make each one of the nights, you'll get the recording so you can listen to the playback. But the benefit of being part of it is that you can ask questions. So that is coming online. It's an online class that I'm creating for September, so keep an eye out for that. If you're interested, say I down in the comments, and I can kind of get an idea of how I want to break it out, how many people there'll be. It will be a Zoom chat, so you have the option to join via the phone, video. You can just listen, you can mute your video, you can mute your mic if you don't want to talk. So there's options there with that. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to share with what's going on with me, and people have been asking. I'm hoping to get back to pick a card readings and different style readings. My personal life is kind of like still being rebalanced as I move during this pandemic, and you know, there's still a lot of things I don't have, and I'm working kind of, you know, in my personal life to really kind of get settled in now that things are opening back up. So I'm growing my subscription program, working on, you know, what am I going to do if I can't open my office this year. So there's just a lot happening. So I will get back to pick a cards. I am offering readings in my subscription program, so if you do want some more readings, you know, that's an option too. Anyway, let me just finish up. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stay connected, remember to like or subscribe and hit that notification bell. You know, the way the algorithms work is if you're not present, I'll just disappear on you. So if you want to stay connected, click that subscribe button and the notification button, and you'll get an email when I post new videos. I love you. I love you. I treasure you. Thank you so much for being present. Thank you so much for showing up into this work, into this energy. You have no idea how much you're transforming a planet just by showing up. Remember, God loves you so much. Trust in the divine, trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.